Hello, and welcome to LA301 online for the fall 2015 semester. My name is Greg McConnell, and I am going to be your instructor and guide for this course. Some of you, as I'm reading through the roster, I recognize the names as being in courses that I previously taught here at Mount Aloysius College. To you folks, welcome back, and I'm glad you decided to join me again for yet another course at the Mount. For those of you who I have not had in class or haven't met before, I'm looking forward to getting to know you and learning with you throughout the semester. What I want to do here is provide just a brief overview of the course, and right now more of kind of a housekeeping, um, detailed outline of the course more than anything else at this point. So with that said, let's get started. So here when you log into the course, and this will be this way at least for the first week, you will automatically be taken to the Start Here area. So when you click in, log into Blackboard and click on LA301, you will be taken directly to the Start Here area. Again, this will change after the first week, and I'll probably direct you back to the home page following that. The reason I do that is primarily this. This is a very important place for you to begin your studies here with this online course. So let's go through some of this information in the Start Here area. If you look here, there's information at the top of the page about your textbook. It's going to be nearly impossible to get through this course without your textbook, I will tell you that. We're going to have some impromptu discussions related to some of the readings that you're going to be required to read for the textbook. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Okay. Let's scroll down the page here. The very first thing that you want to do, I'm not going to open this up right now. This is a link for the LA301 Fall 2015 course syllabus. It's very important that you read over this course syllabus early, and that's why I put it on here first. So take a look at it, and then write down any questions or any concerns that you may have, anything that's not clear to you, so we can get those out in the open right away. Okay, I will post a forum here for students to ask questions about course materials and those things, which is not here yet. Okay, as I scroll down the page, some more information about the textbook. One of the things that you want to pay close attention to is how the textbook is divided up. As you see here, I gave you a little description of the division of the textbooks, primarily this, in short. The first section of the textbook are chapters related to the process of engaging you into the writing. Okay? The second half of the textbook is made up of short articles, readings related to various topics that we're going to cover here in this course. So it's very important that you note on the syllabus when you see chapter readings 1, 2, 3, that refers to the beginning of the textbook. If you see something that states topic reading, that's going to be toward the second half of the textbook. So that's I imagine going to confuse students for a bit as we enter into this course, but we'll get it worked out nonetheless. Next section down is instructor communication. This is where you should pay close attention in terms of how we're going to communicate, how students communicate with one another, how students communicate with the instructor, and how the instructor will communicate with students. Okay? And this lists the ways that are primarily kind of policy, in the form of policy regarding communication. This is more of my policy, not the Mount policy. So you'll see email, Blackboard announcements, phone. I have a cell phone I use for teaching, which you can call, text me. Blackboard forum. This is your communication area, the student-to-student communication. And then in person, or slash, I should put online. We will use either Blackboard, Lecture Hall, or Zoom meeting software, or we can meet in person as well. Okay. Now, scrolling down the page here, I'm still in the Start Here area. Some guidelines regarding the discussion boards that you'll have to participate in. So read through this. Next one down, writing assignment guidelines with a rubric that's associated with the writing assignments. So every time that you submit a writing assignment, and there are 3 for this course, you will be graded using this rubric. So you'll actually see a grade with the rubric and comments associated with each area. Then I'm providing you with some tips for online learning for those of you who may not have taken online courses before. And finally, your first work that you have to do, which is this link right here, Student Introductions. This can be a formal or informal introduction, however you want to handle that. But I would like to ask, and this is something new I haven't done before, is that you either submit a little short video in here, or provide us, the class, with a write-up about yourself, but add a picture as well. That's helpful for me because, with online teaching and learning, which I've been doing both for a long time, it, it makes it more personal for me as an instructor and for me as a student if I can actually put a face to some of the names. So I think that'll be very helpful here in the course. If anyone has any issues with that, we can chat about that at a later time. Okay, so I'm going to scroll back up the page here. Again, I'm still in the Start Here area, which is where you will be once again when you log into the course for at least the first week of the course. Course weeks is the next area. This course is divided up into 8 weeks. And so when you log into, or you click into the course weeks, you'll see that there are 8 folders here. Okay? That means this class is 8 weeks in length. So what you want to do for each week is click in here and you'll get kind of a weekly summary of what is to happen that week. Now, what you're going to have to pay close attention to is that I will put in here writing assignments, and they're not necessarily due that week, but the due date is listed on the writing assignment. So here for week 1, course introductions, we're going to get into a little bit. I'm going to post a video about the capstone rubric here and provide you with some information about that. We're going to look at the Mercy values, the 4 Mercy values, which you probably should have reviewed in LA301 and possibly some other courses at Mount Aloysius College. Then your chapter readings, and then there's another discussion, and that discussion you'll see is right here. Okay. Now, there are 3 main areas for which you're going to be graded, and this is highlighted in the syllabus. Discussions, which is worth 10% of your grade. Service project, which we'll talk more about in another video as well, is worth 15% of your grade. And then there are 3 writing assignments, which are worth 75% of your grade. Each of 3, 25% of your grade. So there are a total of 100 points for this course, 10 possible points for discussions, 75 possible points for writing assignments, and 15 possible points for the service project. Okay. The service project is a group project, and again, we'll talk more about that in another video that I'll post as well. Okay. I also added a student lounge area. This is primarily going back to that communication that I referenced briefly a few minutes ago. The student-to-student interaction, which I think is immensely important in an online course. It allows you, if you have questions about some of the course material or questions about the course, and you think that possibly other students could benefit from that knowledge as well, asking another student in this student lounge area is going to be key. That way all students can see it. Now, what I will do as kind of the instructor and facilitator / guide for this course is that I'll monitor the student lounge area, and I'll only get involved if I think it's necessary if somebody's asking a question and it's not being answered. Okay. Then I also put some student resources in here for you as well. There's some research and documentation, which kind of highlights MLA style, APA style, Chicago style, and CSE style. I imagine that primarily most of you folks are going to be using these first two, MLA and APA. If your major really requires you to use Chicago or CSE, let me know, and then we can make sure that your writing assignments follow that style so that you're getting the practice that you need in support of your upcoming capstone seminar, which you'll have in your senior year. Okay, so let me go back here. Let me go back to course weeks for a minute. I apologize for jumping around, but here we'll take a look at week 2. In week 2, here's one of the writing assignments that I mentioned to you earlier. I'm providing you with the writing assignment and giving you the details on what the writing assignment, how many pages it should be, and then also where you're going to get the information for the writing assignment. Here, you're going to answer question number 2 on page 254. Do that in 3 to 5 pages, providing you with some guidelines in terms of help, what you should do, how you should focus your writing efforts. The writing assignment here, you'll see, is due September 8th. September 8th is not actually in week 2, it's actually in week 3 of the course. But I'm providing you with the writing assignment in week 2 so that you can get started on it here. Okay. I'm going to take a look. I'm going to switch over here to my instructor view. And the reason I'm doing that is I want to show you the writing assignments. And as of today, the writing assignments are not visible to students yet. So what I'm going to do is turn my edit mode on so that I can actually see the writing assignments. So you now see, here are the 3 writing assignments. Okay. Due dates are listed here with each writing assignment as well. So writing assignment 1, and this is where you'll submit the writing assignments. And again, I just clicked on this link in the left menu area over here as well. So I clicked on the link that brought up these writing assignments. I'll probably only allow you to see one at a time so there's no confusion. But again, this is my instructor view so that you can see that it actually is, all the writing assignments are in there, and just kind of review the due date so you can get an idea of when writing assignments are due. So the first one is due September 8th, second one is due September 23rd, and the third and final is due October 13th. That is a few days before the course actually ends. Okay. All right, so I guess that's it for now. I will, as I said, I'll post another video here regarding the service project and maybe any other ideas that I come up with in terms of what I think would be helpful for you to cover in this course to get started. I will ask you that it's very important, if you go back to the communication piece here, that if you're going to email me for this course, which I assume is going to be a primary method for students to communicate with me, and I do check my email many times a day, and I actually get it to my phone as well. So I'll make sure that I respond back to you in a reasonably quick manner. But I would ask you, though, if you would please, when you title your subject for the email, that you please use only the subject of LA301. If there's something pressing that you want me to know about your email, put it in the first line of your actual email text. Okay? But the subject, please, only LA301, just as it's written here. And the reason for that is because I have a filter set up in my email, and that filter gets directed to a folder in my phone as well, and I'm able to look at those even if I'm offline. So it's going to be very helpful for you if you follow this policy in terms of emailing me with the appropriate subject line. Okay, and that's it for now. Again, welcome to LA301. I'm